going to be a weekend of reunions. Mikel Arteta going back to Everton. You have Johnny Gallo meeting up with his Watford folks. And Jose Mourinho, yes, with Tottenham, going back to Chelsea. Welcome to the Nutmeg on Guardian TV. My name is Solomon Fowowe, and we have a wonderful guest in the studio today. His name is Kunle Fayiga, football writer with Go.com. It's great to have you on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
Incredible. Yeah, so many games to savor in the Premier League this weekend and also across Europe. But the interesting ones, the ones that we're going to be talking about today, is that big game, two big games actually, between Leicester City and Manchester City, and we have the one between Chelsea and Tottenham. Let's start with the game between Chelsea and Tottenham. And we understand that this Chelsea side is a side that has struggled for quite a while because they've gotten just one victory in the past 6, I think, and playing against the Tottenham side who is on the rise, just 1 point behind Chelsea, and both of them with designs on the Champions League. How do you see that game shaping out? Understanding that Tammy Abraham might not be available for this one?
Well, for me, it's a very, very difficult situation both clubs find themselves. There's no Harry Kane, there's no Son.
Exactly.
They only have Lucas Moura. And then for Chelsea, they are in bad form. They've only they've not scored in 3 of their last 5 league games, so they are short of goals. The way I see it, I am thinking that the game is going to be a drab. It's going to be a drab affair.
It's going to be a drab affair, but do you see Jose Mourinho, inspiring life into this Tottenham side? Like you alluded to, like you said, was there's no Harry Kane in this side, there's no Son Heung-min in this side. What do you think the goals are going to be coming from? Where do you think the creativity and that cutting edge is going to come from for Tottenham?
Well, if it's going to come from, it's going to come from probably likes of Dele Alli, who hasn't scored in a couple of games now. Obviously, Lucas Moura, who is going to be the point man as he was against Leipzig in midweek, and I can't remember this guy, this new signing.
Okay, Stefan Bergwijn.
Yes. That's where I see it coming from. And then let's not forget that Mourinho has never won at Stamford Bridge as an opposition manager. He never won while he was in Manchester United, and now he lost. Now he's coming back to Stamford Bridge as Tottenham manager. So this is a chance for him to make a statement and also reverse the deficit of the 2-0 defeat.
Now, if you're looking at these two sides, like you said, they have designs of getting into the Champions League with that 4th spot. Chelsea are currently 4th. You have Tottenham in 5th, climbing up, bracing down the neck of Chelsea. Which do you fancy to get to clinch that last Champions League spot?
Well, for me, it's difficult to say because it's not only Tottenham that it's Sheffield United.
Yeah, incredibly.
Nobody even talks about Sheffield United. They have been the most, as far as I'm concerned, forget about Liverpool. They have been the most outstanding team.
Yeah, it's a huge surprise.
Honestly speaking,
because I had them penned down for a return to the Championship.
Yeah.
With their core style, the fact that they have overlapping centre backs and all of that, and look at them now, with very, very positive chances of them getting into the Champions League.
Exactly. So it's difficult. Then Arsenal doing kind of well under Arteta now, and then let's not forget Everton, who have been doing well also under under Ancelotti. So it's a really tight race. So it's very difficult. But if I would say that, probably being a Manchester United fan, I would say Manchester United then.
Oh, right. Now, it's good that you talked about Everton and Arsenal because they're going to be facing off. And, the incredible work that both managers have done with this side. A couple of weeks ago, like a couple of months ago, actually, both of them were in the director's box, when they were just hired, looking at their teams, and their teams really falling off the cliff. And you have them breathing life into both their sides. They are just separated by, I think, 1 or 2 points. That's Everton and Arsenal. And you see that these sort of managers, I'm talking about Mikel Arteta with Arsenal and Carlo Ancelotti with Everton, they are managers that you would say know their onions. But they're going to be facing off this weekend. And it's really difficult to separate both sides because they have been really, really fantastic. What you've seen in the changes that you've seen in that side. So what do you think will be the separator between both sides, Everton and Arsenal?
Well, for me, it's really going to be difficult to separate the two of them. It's even difficult to give a prediction of how the game is going to pan out. But one thing I do know is that we are going to see very good football on display. We are going to see tactical masterclass from both sides because ever since the two managers came in, that is Arteta and Ancelotti, they have both, you could see that they become more organized, more
All right.
disciplined, more focused, And I think that's what we're going to see at the end of the day. Who gets to come out on top, or whether it's, that remains to be seen. But I definitely believe that we are going to see um, good football, that we haven't seen from these sides in a long time, because they've been showing this trend. You can see that Arsenal are heading towards a direction under Arteta. There's already an identity. There's a way he wants them to play. There's a way he wants them to approach games and things like that. The same thing too with Ancelotti. So I think we're going to see a very good game of football.
Okay, yeah, interesting. But for me this week, I think this weekend rather, the most interesting game for me would be Leicester against Manchester City, because there are two sides I really favor a whole lot, and I like the brand of football they play. What Brendan Rodgers has done with that Leicester side, what Pep Guardiola definitely has done with Manchester City, and both sides, obviously the quality tilts to a side, but if you have an side pegged to punch above their weight rather against Manchester City, it's going to be Leicester. Do you see them hurting Manchester City in that particular fixture?
I wouldn't say so, because the quest for the race for the title
It's dead and
is
gone.
dead
Actually.
and gone. Yeah, it's like it's dead and gone. So I was saying earlier before the show started that I was watching Manchester City West Ham in midweek. Manchester City played so well, like it was a brilliant display from them. But
To what end?
to what end? Not achieving anything. Okay, the worst thing is you're going to be second, or you drop. Now there's even the possibility no Champions League
Okay.
football with after they broke financial fair play rules. So I don't see that. I don't see the game coming out with the same intensity as it was back then, when at least there was still some chance of
There was a
them.
race.
Yes,
Exactly.
agrees that so we are not far behind than Liverpool, but the narrative has changed now. So and I think Manchester City being at home, I think they're going to have the game in control. Even Leicester haven't been that solid. Their form too has kind of tailed off. Jamie Vardy hasn't scored in like I think 6 games now. So I think I see Manchester City getting another one over this one, but then it's not going to be that same intense fixture that we would have expected if the title race was still wide open.
And the player that has gotten all Nigerians excited, both Manchester United fans and non-Manchester United fans, Igalo, is going to be meeting up with some of his former players, that's former teammates in Watford. And we remember that Watford were a very pesky side to Manchester United, actually defeating Manchester United in that last time that faced off.
Still hurts.
Yeah, still hurts. But this time, do you think it's going to be different with Igalo in the race right now?
Oh, yes, it is going to be different, even though, during that, there's not going to be Marcus Rashford and there's no Paul Pogba. But now, Solskjaer has been able to acquire Bruno Fernandes, who seems to be a very good addition and has shown glimpses of quality in the few games he has played. So at least now there's going to be a little bit of creative spark. And then there's the Igalo factor again. Like, the buzz around Igalo has been,
It's been massive, man.
Everyone has been on, everyone has
It's
been
Igalo
on
FC, pretty much. Everybody is on the
is-
bandwagon.
And like you rightly said, even those who are not
Manchester United fans.
fans are all, even ladies who don't follow football, guys who don't follow football, there's just this buzz that, there is this Nigerian playing, he's favored from Ajegunle to Manchester United. So everyone, you understand? So I feel, and I think that energy, that positive energy that fans are giving, because I was telling someone that I've hardly seen any Nigerian criticize, because, we have to consider that Igalo left Manchester United, Watford, in kind of like bad form.
All right.
Where he only scored one goal. It was in like 15 games or something. He left in the middle of the season.
Yeah, to go
January
to China.
to go to China, and also, most people are not always looking at that. And the Premier League has become more fast-paced since that time. If you look at it, the structure now and things are different. So how is he going to
fit in now?
How is he going to fit in? But nobody is really looking at everyone is just, oh, come on. God's got his back. He's favored because he's Manchester United. Everything will work out for him. So, but there's a bit of power that positive energy can do. He knows that he has the backing of it. So I think he might want to use that to to make a statement. And how better to do it against
It's from the side.
your side. Even though I know that, of course, if he scores, that
It's
would
not going to be
massive, but
celebrated.
I'm sure he won't celebrate because, I mean, he still has fond memories of, his partnership with
Troy Deeney,
which was one of the best partnerships in the Premier League at that time. So, but it's really going to be a good one and a massive one for him.
Yeah. For Ighalo now, you've spoken about the fact that there's a whole lot of positivity surrounding him.
Yeah.
But if you're looking at his talents and his quality now, do you think that is one person that might, succeed at Manchester United, contribute to the side when it comes to goals?
Yes, Ighalo. That thing doesn't need any argument. Ighalo is a proven goal scorer. Yes, there might be problems with his consistency,
Okay.
but then where I am really believing he will come good, away from all the Nigerian sentiment and all that, is that I think he might come good when in those situations where we really need the goals. I've said it that I don't expect Ighalo to score much goals. He might not score maybe more than 5 goals or something. But I believe that those 5 goals, if you were going to score them, are those kind of goals.
Crucial goals.
Crucial goals that
Crucial
will lead
moments.
Man U to those. Because it makes me, and that's why, I don't know, I always kind of draw this comparison with him and when Manchester United signed Henry Claassen. That was in the 2006-7 season. It was one of the most, it was an awkward signing.
Okay.
Because Henry Claassen was already past.
It was way past his shelf life.
He was already like a 37-year-old or thereabout. He was playing in his native Sweden then, and because the Swedish league was on break because of the winter, he came on 3 months, and now behold, Lassen only scored 3 goals, but he scored 1 goal in the Premier League. But Man U went on to win the league that season.
Okay.
He scored 1 goal, which was against Lille, if you remember. Odem Wingy was playing for Lille at that time. He was the one who scored the crucial goal away at Lille that made sure we were safe at Old Trafford and we reached the semi-finals that season.
So that's,
and then the FA Cup.
Yeah, that's really incredible. Yeah. It's incredible how Ighalo is one person that has erased the lines when it comes to fan football, especially in Nigeria. So it's really, really awesome. So we hope that he does really well in the Premier League with Manchester United. Thank you so much for talking to us on the Nutmeg today.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
So let us know in the comment section what you think about Ighalo and the games that are going to be on show this weekend. If you're not subscribed to this YouTube channel, you should absolutely do that already. Awesome content from Guardian Nigeria all the way for you. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Solomon Fowowe, and this has been The Nutmeg.